How about how often cleaning, packing, wheel bearings, bottom bracket are all sealed?
Yeah. Well, modern bikes, most modern bikes are really, you know, have used sealed cartridge bearings. Certainly all bottom brackets. Modern.
I don't think wheel bearings.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are. A lot of the nicer ones are. That's not. You know, they're sealed pretty well, and if you know, if you are a fair weather rider, you can honestly go for years. But if you get out in the rain and that kind of thing, you know, then certainly every year you want to pull the cassette off, and it's not that big of a deal. We charge $15 to take the whole rear axle out, clean the bearings, clean the cones, re-lubricate it, and put it all back together again.
Well, what prompted my question, I traveled up north this last week because I like the bike box, and so I had the occasion to have the draw things out, and I just turned it slowly, and I could feel just a slight ratcheting in the bearings.
You can feel a little grittiness there.
Yeah, at both ends.
It's time.
Does that mean it's time?
Yeah.
You can feel just a little bit, like it's still.
Yeah. Depending on the quality of the hub, you know, depending on the level of the quality of the hub, the cheaper Shimano's, even brand new, have a little bit of. You can feel a little bit, you know. Then you feel a you know, nice high-end like a Campy, you know, or a cartridge bearing, even a Campanolo, old school ball bearings feels just smooth as glass. It just depends on the quality of that hub. Some you can repack and redo it, and you still feel a little bit of, you know, because the bearing cone itself will Brunel a little bit, get slightly pitted. Doesn't mean you have to go out and replace it, because you can ride another zillion miles on a hub that has a little bit of grittiness to it. Yes, John?
Can you re-lube like steering wheels that have cartridge bearings?
Well, no. You really, I'm going to start by just saying no. But technically, like a sealed cartridge bearing very often will have a you know, a rubber seal on it. And if you're going to go through the trouble of popping that bearing out of there, you might as well just buy a new bearing, because they're not that much dough, and throw a new bearing in there. But you could, actually with a little knife, you could pry the rubber seal off both sides of a sealed cartridge bearing. You can flush it out, and you can soak it and flush it out. You can you know, clean it, blow it out with the compressor, and you can re-push on those little seals. It's kind of a lot of work, and we've done it in situations where maybe it's an old bottom bracket or an old hub, where maybe we couldn't find or couldn't get those bearings to, you know, couldn't replace the bearings. You can clean a cartridge bearing. Now, as far as the cassette body goes on the back wheel of a bike, like all Shimano's have that little, what's clicking right there, that little, what's called the free hub body. On Shimano's, they're not serviceable. So when they start to fail, and you'll know they're failing because you pedal and you stop pedaling, but the cassette wants to keep going, and then the chain dips down, well, then you want to get in and have that cassette body replaced. On a Shimano, you have to just replace the whole thing. On Bontrager and Mavic wheels, you want to have that little cassette body, you want to have that thing serviced kind of regular, because that comes apart, needs to be cleaned and re-lubed with mineral oil in the case of a Mavic. So you want to have that, you know, when you spin a wheel, you don't want to see the chain like sagging down in any way at all. You want the wheel to you know, to turn freely. If you see this kind of wanting to like come forward even a little bit, that's way too much resistance in your cassette body, and you need to either have it serviced or replaced.
The Mavericks get really dirty. The crawls are actually a lighter metal than the ratchet.
Right.
You get a lot of crap in there. I used to do mine every 6 months.
Yeah, Mavics get gummed up pretty quickly. I remember we did yours, and it was day and night from when we, you know. You went years without yours having done.
4 years.
Yeah. So.